Hello tutors, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today I just did a small video just showing my adventures in sculpting a 1 in 35 scale figure. Now it started off with a milliput chest piece, I suppose you can call it hip groin area, and a head. And obviously you build your head around that, and you obviously attach wires to it, which I've showed briefly on another video but not really dedicated to this. So there's wire obviously attaching this to this. I drew myself, I need to print off one of these scales that you can have where they have proper proportioned, say 1 in 35 scale figures and different scales. And then I drilled a hole in, which will have the head piece in, which is over there, obviously for the arms and obviously legs. The only thing I haven't done yet is attach the feet. And what I've already learning is I should have probably made these a bit longer, because I could really do with those sticking down a bit farther to give me something to hold to, I think. Very simple pose. I've then added putty to thicken it out. Obviously they join up the two pieces and make the whole thing stronger. Let me just, this guy, these are going to be British tank crew in Burma. So I've only just done the green stuff a couple of hours ago on this, so he's going to be, as we would say, he's got a fag behind him, so a smoke, and he'll be cupped in his hand there, just like that, and he should be holding, hopefully, it could change, but green stuff's a bit sticky. I've used green stuff because I'm having problems being a novice at anything like this. I was having trouble getting anything to either stick to the wire, or even when I've done the thicker pieces. So roughly, come on Gav, I would like it in so you can get the idea of the pose without flattening the green stuff out too much. The green stuff is there just to build on, and he's going to go again, isn't he? But something maybe slightly out, I can push that in farther, I just don't want to push the green stuff. But that's roughly, I've bent the end of the hand. You get the idea, let's not try and force the issue there. But what I was going to do anyway, I'm completely new to all this, so I'm having to find my feet, tried, looked at a couple of online stuff, some of it's a bit confusing. Right, I'm pushing that green stuff on that arm as well now, well done Gav. I'll do the hands separately, by the way, so the bit of wire that's over the hands, I'll put like a blob of finished when I've, my last bit of fist, if you want to put it that way, and then I'm going to try and join the fingers in separately rather than try and push the putty about, because the problem is you push putty one end and it will always want to move obviously somewhere else. So it's really about layering, if that makes sense. I've given this just a brief torso there, chest area. I mean, most of the British guys over there were thin as rakes because it was, clothes were constantly rotting off you. You weren't getting a fantastic amount of food, and the guys were often quite skinny just because of the dilapidate, lack of sleep and all the rest of it. I've decided Burma because I've got a Lee Grant tank that I'll be doing if I ever get round to it for Burma, and I wanted to do 2 standing figures first just to try and test the concept out. So what you don't do is, you don't feel, well, you can do whatever you like, but don't feel tempted to get a great big piece of putty, put it say on a length, and then just push it around, because quite often from what I've seen other people say, you're not going to do that. You need to make thin, roll out thin pieces of putty and literally make up, in this case, the trousers, which is what I'll do when I finish making the video. I'll do the trousers, then I'll put a jacket over the top of the trousers, and then I'll have to make sure there's holes there for obviously the neck and everything. but I will then add the arms, I think, in this case, because I think if I try and put arms on now, I'm not going to really be able to sculpt the detail. There's not going to be a lot on it. This is why I decided to go for my Burma British tank crew. Trousers were sometimes worn loose or in puttees or like the anklet gaiters. Quite often you see them loose, and that's with the infantry as well. Boots, all different conditions. I suppose tank crew boots would be slightly, they're all the same boot, but what I mean is they're not slopping through the mud and stuff in monsoon season and everything as the infantry are. But I still would imagine they rotted quite a lot. You'll see lots of clothing exchange days when the guys are having the boots exchanged and all the clothing, because it just used to rot off them really quick. You'll have to, hopefully this will be, you have to forgive me on shapes and everything, although I've got a couple of anatomy books I bought cheap a couple of years ago when I first tried sculpting. I'm just, finding my way really. I just try and add a bit to the bum area, a bit slightly rounded on the back because that was a bit too flat, a bit of a chest area, and I'll just see how those go. I say these weren't supermen, they weren't rugby players. Well, they were supermen because they were British soldiers, but you know what I mean. That they were quite skinny due to the just jungle conditions and stuff. Yeah, that's that. As you've seen, the which will become arms at some stage. So again, once again, this here is just to give some type of definition to the putty that I'm going to be putting on in more or less little sheets to make up a pair of trousers. I will probably give this guy a belt. I'm even thinking of trying to do a pistol, a holster and pistol in there. I might not though, or I might just have the shirt half open at the chest, which they often work as, again, conditions. And obviously the jacket, you could have it in, most of them wore the jacket out a lot of the times, just again because it was just plastered with sweat all the time, or in the wet jungle conditions. I'll probably give this guy a what I call a bush hat. So that's that. And don't laugh at this, he's a work in progress. I keep adding bits to it as it dries. I can't really make that any closer really without, as you can see, I've been building up. Looks like an alien at the moment. But you've got to start somewhere. I'm not particularly artistic. I know I've painted figures, but I'm not even particularly good at that. But trying to sculpt is a different thing altogether. He looked like he's got Botox. But I'll put obviously ears on. I want to build up. Obviously, it's not massively symmetrical at the moment, but build out areas. I'll try to put some eyes in. I find the green stuff sticks sometimes better. You've got to be careful because you've got to really polish this out, because otherwise it's very rough when it comes to taking paint. So I'm not trying to recast these or anything. It was just for my own enjoyment. But put some hair on, try and put some ears on. That's going to be a laugh. And then a bush hat on top. The neck will probably need to be built up more. But until I've cut a piece, till the head's properly done, the skull anyway, trying to get it into here. I'm not sure how that's going to look yet. So that's that. And just to show you, I did do two and then pulled this fella's leg out. You can see it's not even been, I'd started work on it and then the blooming leg came apart, or one of them did. So I've got to try and carve and sand that in now. That's my second figure. I tried to bend his legs a bit this time and have him slightly tilting. I was going to have him carrying either a bucket of water or a jerry can, so they're having a break. And if I could get these looking something like, I've always said if I really struggle with the heads, there's always the option of getting like hornet heads. And hornet heads are like a resin. If you've got like plastic Tamiya heads, hornet and alpine and that do resin heads that you can swap them out for. And there's always the option to do that, but I would really like to do my own figures if possible. I say it's nothing commercial, it's just for the fun of just trying to make figures that you might, you can call your own really, I suppose. But yeah, just thought I'd show it. Don't know why. I thought I'd give you all a good laugh. So thanks for stopping by and taking a look. You know, hopefully this face will improve slightly. Look at him. He looks like he's been chasing parked cars, doesn't he? Oh well. We keep trying. Look after yourselves. I just thought I'd put this up, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.